He came down, made sure I got my shots off first. Derek Fisher, we all remember the .04 shot. Rick Fox was a hustler to go out and play. Big Shot Bob.
Oh, wow.
Saved
One of
me
my
so
favorites,
many
too.
times.
So he's won both of our favorites.
Big Shot Bob saved me so many times. I would probably only have one without Big Shot Bob. And Nick Van Exel, even though me and Nick didn't win together, we had a great time.
Well, obviously, he said Big Shot. Hakeem, Sam Cassell, Robert Horry, Vernon Maxwell. But one of my favorite of all time, Chucky Brown.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite teammate is Chucky Brown of all time.
You didn't say Otis Thorpe?
No, but Otis was cool.
Oh, my
but
God.
But Chucky Brown was my favorite teammate of all time, man.
Guess who I would say my favorite teammates are?
Who?
Who's that? It's us? Oh, Ernie.
Really?
I thought you were going to say
Thanks,
another
Ernie.
guy who wasn't here.
I'm getting choked up a little bit. Thanks for joining us.
Need some tissue.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of praise.
It's the Timberwolves in Minnesota for a little interconference action here at the Target Center. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA? Welcome, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Everyone on this team is pleased with the beginning of the season. They're playing so well right now, 5 consecutive wins.
You know, for some teams, it takes a little time to get into a groove, to find the traction you need to start the season, but not for this squad. I mean, they've been playing like they have a chip on their shoulder. I like the edge I see out of them.
Yeah, I like it too, man. I mean, playing like they're out to prove a point every night, really taking it at their opponents.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. LeBron James is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Then it's Iverson. Then it's Pippen. And it's Robertson in at the point. No good. Good D by Miller. And the Timberwolves with possession. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
You know, but they were able to hang in there for most of that game. But at the end, you know, when it matters most in terms of what I call winning time, they just could not make the plays on either end of the floor.
Yeah, I like that term, winning time. But as you said, they didn't get run over, but just couldn't convert when they needed to in the end.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
We've played just over a minute here in the first.
And a lot of teams in the West can at least get a little bit of a breather when they go against the Eastern teams. The Wolves didn't have that last year. They got pummeled by the entire conference. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. To the paint. Uncovered. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Greg, as you said, with the Wolves, they had as hard a time with the East as anyone. Only managed a 9-21 record, Clark, out of conference.
And those 9 wins were the fewest against the East for any team in the NBA. Not a surprise given how badly the Wolves struggled in general.
Here is Miller, following the basket by LeBron James. Here's Wiggins, and a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. Wiggins has got his first basket.
That's a perfect up and under there. That's textbook.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar, and that one's good.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. There's a good screen. Dishes it to Drexler. And he banks in the layup. Drexler's got his first points of the night.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off? and still get the finish.
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Now Miller, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Towns. It's rebounded by Oscar Robertson.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Pippen dishes to Robertson. From deep, James misses his second shot in 4 attempts from the field. Karl Anthony. Oh!
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Here's Iverson following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Wiggins with the rebound.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
That one goes. Count it.
Well, Merry Christmas. That was a freebie.
Here's Robertson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And here's Iverson outside. Another miss by Iverson. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Here's Miller, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Pippen.
And Andre Miller, what a virtuoso floor general. He has been by far the career leader in assists among active players. Over 1,000 more assists than the next guy on the list, which is Chris Paul.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. McHale comes in for Kevin Garnett. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And it's Martin in for Drexler. Curry gets the bucket. Minnesota in the lead. Getting back to Miller last year, he was 16th in the league, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, a couple of things happened. I thought he slowed down a little, and he was playing behind John Wall. That led to the fewest minutes per game of his career, and the rest of his stats kind of followed suit.
Gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And stolen by Prince. There's 1:17 left here in the opening quarter. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Martin, kept alive. And that one's good. Pekovic.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Martin wide open. He fires. Drops in the tray.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Here's the break. And yes, sir, that one drops. That's now 8 points for Steph Curry.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Prince in the corner. Kicks it to McHale. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And it's Miller penetrating. Shot by Prince. Here's Pekovic. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And he sinks the second. Bird out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And that